Tinker. Today I'm going to talk to you about 9mm Luger ammo, specifically World War I and World War II. Now, I'm no expert on this, but I've been collecting for a long time. So I'm going to show you some civilian commercial ammo, and I'm going to show you some older ammo and what you should be looking for. So I've got a bunch of it because I collect ammo. I have it in 7.65 and 9mm Luger. Now, what they did was they necked out, they went from the body, and a 7.65 or 30 Luger became 9mm Luger because they wanted a bigger round. So they did that. This is way back in, I guess 1908, that time frame. Before that, I'm sure even, because the German government did the 9mm Luger, and they did it in 9mm in 1908, thus the P08. Okay. This is an original box with original ammo in it, and it says made in Germany on one side, and it's the 480C, which means that it's 9mm, and this is probably, about $500 worth because it's the only box I've ever seen. This is 471A. Now, it was made slightly different, supposedly has a black tip, but a lot of them that I see don't, and this is a full box, and it is for the 30 Luger or the 7.65mm carbine. I have another box here, and this is the 471. This is a bad box, but this is a 471A on my left in this hand, and this is a 471. One was for the carbine, one was for the pistol. This is a Remington ammo, and for commercial. Along with this one's actually empty, but it was a nice box, so I kept it. And Remington later, they look this way, and they have one that we call a dog bone. Oh, here it is. This is a dog bone in 9mm. This is a Winchester from probably the 50s, maybe 60s, but I think the 50s. This is an early one, I think probably from the teens or the 20s even, 7.65. And then Superville. And this one's marked $6.35, and I probably paid $50 just for this box because I like Superville. They were cool when I was younger in the 80s. So now, here's a neat one. This is a 9mm Winchester, and it specifically says on it, it's for use in submachine guns. And I have another one here somewhere, which I don't see, and it specifically says for Thompson. This is World War II ammo that's been repackaged by Interarms, and underneath is usually Finnish ammo from Finland. All right, let's look at military stuff. Now, I had prices on these, $150 to $200. I didn't really want to sell them, but that's about what they cost. Now, these are all World War I ammo. This one is 1918. This is 1918. The better that you can read them, this is 1917. This is 1917. And if they're unopened, this one was unopened, if I remember right. And it's just very hard to find. I had the nicest box I'd ever found. If I bought it for $75, and I talked to my friend George, and he said, I'd like it. I said, okay. And then a guy came by and offered me $150. Now, this was 12, 14 years ago, but it was the nicest box I'd ever seen, and I should have kept it. But we all do silly stuff. So this is 1918. Obviously, 1918 was into the war, and so you're more likely to see that kind of ammo than, say, World War II, which is right here. They're same size. They hold 16 rounds, unlike the Nambu boxes, which hold 15, which I hadn't realized for years. This is a 1944 DNH. You'd have to look up who DNH is. Might be in Czechoslovakia. This one is a DNH, and it's 1944. They wrap around. You'll also see them where they're just on the top label. Let's see, what do I have here? I have a bunch of them because if I see them, I pick them up. This says Baden on it, or Baden, I mean. It says 9mm. And I have a box just like this, and it said 1934. The head stamps did because it was open. This is a 1941 box, and it's NZSTBP, which is their code. And it looks like it's reboxed from 1939 ammo. Small label. This one's been opened, obviously. These are really neat. I picked up 6 of these. I sold a couple of them to a fellow collector. They're actually from East Germany. So they have something 361. They like to mark their stuff. That one's 61 also. I'm not sure about this one. And this one is the one that I have on the back that says 1939 DWM. Now I put shrink wrap on all of mine because you can actually accidentally drop them. If they're handled, they get your finger oils on them. So I generally wrap every single one. You have to be careful. If you wrap it too tight, then it can actually kind of squish the box, and you don't want that. Now here's an interesting one. This one is in Arabic. Now I assume, I've been told several times, but I forget because if it's not something I collect, it comes in my head and sometimes it stays there. But I was over in, Saudi Arabia for 9 months, and then I went to Iraq for 9 months with the military. And so I can tell that this is Arabic, but I can't tell what country it's from. And they actually sent stuff over to the Persians, when it used to be called that, in the 30s and up to the early 40s. Now this one is a 9mm, and it's made for the Swiss, by the Swiss. And for a long time, these were very, I don't know if I want to use the term rare, but you never saw them. And so I've had a couple of them. They're very cool looking. This one is dated December 28th, 1943. So the war was really on, and that's all I have to say about ammo. So everybody take care. Like and subscribe, pass my name around, and just keep the YouTube going. Thank you much.